this is why I really balk, and I have a real visceral response to revision of history. You know, it isn't so much that I care about a statue of Edward Colston or whatever, but it's like the idea that you are judging the past bothers me. The arrogance that you think that you're better, you're morally superior. We're not. You know, we are contingent of our time.
You're right. That I really do agree with. That I do agree with.
And the willingness we have to...
We just have different blind spots.
Even things... Look, we can all say, obviously, slave trader, that's an evil thing, we can all agree on that, but and we have learned the lessons of the past, but someone like Mahatma Gandhi, the ease with which people just judge Mahatma Gandhi and are now trying to tear down his statue, that bothers me, because it's so arrogant. The idea that you have achieved anything close to what he did.
I'm going to be the one that stands up. To some extent, I think that's not a bad process in terms of making people go, oh, I didn't know that about Gandhi.
No, that's fine, but that's just educating someone about the reality of their biography.
Yeah.
I mean, look, there were all sorts of issues with Gandhi. I mean, one thing, what was it? He
slept in bed with kids, as far as I remember.
Not a good husband. Not a good husband at all.
No, he wouldn't let his wife take the medication that would save her life because he didn't trust Western medicine, and then when he came down with the same illness, he took the medication pretty quickly. So there's that kind of things like that. But nevertheless, he did get rid of the British in India. It's quite a big deal.
And well,
Like,
not just that. In fact, I mean that was done around the world, but the non-violent, non-cooperation.
Right.
The Satyagraha
that
thing.
was pretty significant.
It's not negligible.
No, it's very interesting. I read a biography of Churchill recently. The first one I read, really good. Andrew Roberts, who's kind of pro-Churchill, but it's decisive. It's very interesting to see how these issues are bubbling under from like 1890. You know, it's not like suddenly one day Gandhi stopped paying taxes and everyone went, oh God, okay, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's this kind of way that things rise to a crisis, and that's all that gets stuck in the history books. The 1930s was like an endless debate. About that, as Home Rule for Ireland was in the 1880s. You know, the British were well aware for a very long time how problematic and the unsustainable the tensions were.
There were
in the
major
colonial...
British forces pushing for Home Rule. It's not the case that it's just the colonisers greedily holding on to this territory.
We are so arrogant when we look back and we assume almost like something out of a Marvel Cinematic Universe figure appears one day and just smashes the...
But also, Rosa Parks was like the 6th or 7th person that they'd considered for the role of rebel, right? They had several others, and they
really?
they were filtered. They were filtered out because one of them had an illicit child or something. She was not married.
Salute.
Or something like that.